Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video where today, join me at Tattershall. We're with Tillotson lot once again. We're here for the Tattershall Owners Club Round 1, I think it's called. I'll put it here if that's not correct. But yeah, so it's the basics as we've been doing with Tillotson lot quite a lot. Practice, 3 heats, mixture heats, final. This morning, weather's looking quite bleak. It's rained last night, snowed about 2 days ago. UK was in a blanket of snow, so a bit of a threat has been cancelled, but luckily it's all dried up. It's quite warm today, is what our report's looking like. But yeah, it's quite wet at the minute, so we're going to go out on wets for 5-minute practice. We'll see how the track is. It should be drying up throughout the day, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I'll cut to practice and then show you heat 1, and I'll join you after that. Hope you enjoy, and let's get to it. So here we go then, out for the 5-minute practice, and so there's not really much that happens in this. Just getting used to the tracks, getting used to the conditions. It's still quite damp out there, it's running the wet tyres, and if you didn't know, Tattershall likes to run about 6 different layouts, and I've not ran this layout before. But as we cut to about a lap later, getting an overtake on Alistair, and at this point I'm actually feeling really happy with his pace, really strong in these conditions, really strong on these wet tyres. As we catch up to the Kart 66, I was going to get another overtake in there just before the start finish on the little right hand kink. But yeah, not really much happens. That's basically what happens. If you look at the results, quite up there, 3rd in practice, so about 1.6 seconds off. But let's cut to heat 1 and let's see how the race has gone. So here we go then, heat 1, we're starting in 5th position for this one. And as you'll see, we've gone onto a dry setup to run slicks. We've brought the front width in a little bit. And yeah, so what we were told by Tattershall is we only had half of that for an out lap to get the tyres warmed up. But with the nature of these tyres that we're running, a bit harder than what they usually are, so everyone in Tillotson basically said just go around again and cause our first false start. We actually had a second false start here as the front 2 runners actually went off a bit earlier than what they should have done. And then yeah, actually I don't think they realised, as we actually caused a 3rd false start here. Not exactly what you want when you're starting a race, you just want to get into it. But that's 3 false start. On the 4th attempt, we do get going. So here we go, heat 1's about to start just now. They get a really poor start and I had to brake there on the first bit. And yeah, to lose position, lose 6th. And Alice is actually going to come around the outside there, lose 7th and the first hairpin. Owen's going to get a bit of a poor corner, which causes us to really lose that position to Alice. So we knock him a little bit on the left hand side, but yeah, not the best stop we wanted at all. This is back when I was sort of a bit worried about damaging the car, so I didn't really want to bump into the back of Eddie there at the start, which again I've really worked on over the last few rounds, as this was quite a while ago. But yeah, really worked on that, but Alistair there gets the move on Eddie, which is quite nice there. So first of that, we're down 2 positions, not exactly where we want to be, unfortunately, but if we come into lap 3 at the first hairpin, Eddie doesn't get the best of corners, which actually allows the inside door to be opened, and I push it in, get 6th position back, so that's us upper position. But then if we leave it to play a little bit, and actually go a little bit wide at this next corner, which is not a hot one at all, probably tyres not quite warmed up yet, or too pressured, but actually leaves John on the inside, he gives us a little tap, pushes it wide a little bit, and it's actually, we're on the, where's John now? He's going to be on the left hand side. We lose 6th position there. We're in 7th currently, but I'm not going to give it up too much. As I dive it down the inside still, I can try and keep the position just back into 6th. Try and get a bit of human DRS there. I don't think it worked that well. We've actually got John right beside us now as we come into lap 4. That's why I'm not moving over to the right over these jumpy bits. Come to the first hairpin. John does manage to get in front of us, but then we actually manage to get the position back at the exit. He had a compromised entry, which gives us a better exit. But then coming down to corner 3, John actually pushes himself on the inside there. Great move as we come up to the next corner. Oh, my front bumper just gets stuck on his rear bumper. Pushes me wide, and Eddie's going to have another go to try and get his position back. So we almost lost that to 8th there, but if we still keep it playing, Eddie's not going to give up the attack so easily. As we come around, and Eddie there, he's still there. So basically what happened with John after that, I keep it on the inside, come to the last hairpin there, and I'll still keep the position, and we actually do keep that position, so that was an insane lap there. as we move on to lap 7, calm down a little bit there. We lap the kart 68. So yeah, after that bit of a calm down, race settled down there, and we do finish 7th unfortunately. Not the best start that we wanted to that one, so not a great start to begin with, losing a couple of positions, but there's the finish. The pace isn't too bad, we're about 6 tenths off the fastest on that, off Jack up top, but let's see what happens in the next one. Right guys, let's practice an heat 1 done. Practice about 50-50, some of them went out slick, some of them went out wets. But yeah, the track's like half dry, half not, so we're expecting come heat 1 it should be quite dry. So we're going to switch to slicks. Say people on slicks seem to struggle, but then people on wets also seem to struggle as well. I found it alright, but I feel like by the time we get to heat 1, the track's going to be dry, too dry for slicks. That's one I completely shred the tread off them. But yeah, then heat 1, the track was pretty much dry to be fair. I think there was a tiny bit damp here and there, but went out on the wrong pressures, which is slightly frustrating, but that's going to, you know, schoolboy error. But yeah, so started in 5th, I believe, and then went out 7th, finished 7th. Got a poor start. Yeah, the starts were a bit funky. But as soon as I was accelerating to the start, I braked, and when I braked, they accelerated away. So I got a poor start. Had Alistair overtake me, and I think he gave me a quick bit of shunt, but nothing major. And then ended up having a big battle with John, which is quite fun actually. That's probably the best battle I've had in the Tillotson so far. So I've got heat 2 and heat 3 coming up. Heat 2, I'm gonna be starting in 8th, I believe, and then heat 3 we're starting in 2nd. So yeah, let's get to it. I'll see you after that. And here we go then, into heat 2, we're starting at 8th position for this one, so at the back, but as we got past all the false starts, so we're going to start going right now. I'll say try and get a bit of human DRS there at the start, but staying 8th. Come up to the first hairpin, I've got Eddie in front of us there, and I'm going to get a jump on him at the hairpin, so that's up to 7th, but Malk and Alistair there getting a bit of a scrap. But Eddie's still there on the left hand side, so I have to concede that back into 8th again. But once again I've got the inside line here for the next 2 corners, which puts me up into 7th, so that's 7th secured for now. Am I going to keep it? And Eddie's still there, still side by side. I'm a little bit off, but we do manage to keep it still, so we are in 7th position there, as we stick to the back of the crowd still, so back with Alistair, back with Malk. Then come lap 4, I'm going to make a bit of a mistake here, go a bit too wide into corner 3, but say we lost a bit of ground there to the group ahead unfortunately. We're still in 7th position. Then come lap 8 now, up to the first hairpin, so not really much happened this race. We're going to lap 68 again, so we've actually managed to catch up to Alistair and John. But as we come down to here, John's going to do the same thing that I did, but he's going to go way off this time, so he's going to promote me to P6, which I'll happily take. And yeah, that is the end of heat 2, lap 10, position 6. I was quite happy with this one to be fair, even though again, I've gone up a few positions, but if you have a look at the results here, I'm actually the 2nd fastest lap and I'm only 500ths away from the quickest lap on that one. So I'll definitely take it, pace is there, but let's see if I can capitalise that in heat 3. So here we go then, heat 3, we're starting in 2nd position for this one. At the front of the grid, hopefully we can get a good race this time. As we come along the start, we get the green flag, we've got Alistair on the right hand side here. As we're actually side by side into the hairpin, am I going to just get a bit oversteery there, which unfortunately gives Alistair a good bit of space there. I can't really capitalise on getting first, but you know, that's how it is. But we are in 2nd, so we've got a good run on everyone else. But coming up to the end of the lap, we're actually going to get shoved out wide here as 2 people on the inside will just get completely pushed out wide there. Down to 4th, so that's 2 positions lost, and then we actually lose a position to John as well, and managed just to slip past. So that's 3 positions down at the start, not really what we wanted. It's completely pushed out, coming to that hairpin. John gets a bit of a bad hairpin as I'm going to try and take advantage around the outside, come into corner 2, but I just can't, not enough, alongside enough. So I can't take advantage of that one, so maybe somewhere else going to try and move. Come into lap 3 then, so at the final corner, as we get a good exit on the final hairpin again on John. Can we take advantage here? We're right at the back of him, move to the left hand side. Can we get him around the outside here, the first hairpin? it doesn't look like we can. John just manages to get ahead and get a bit more oversteery once again. I won't be able to take advantage of that time. Then coming into lap 7, we're still right behind John. John gets a bit oversteery there, coming out of that hairpin. But we come to the final corner once again, we're also going to get another good exit on John, right behind him still in the slipstream. I think we've got a different sprocket setup as well, as Monteens has a bit more pace down the straight. Down the inside, I'm just not that confident on the brakes there, which unfortunately gives John the position again. I say, if I was a bit late on the brakes, definitely could have at least attempted a bit more of a move there on the pass, but unfortunately just a bit too scared on the brakes there. But as we come to lap 9 here, penultimate lap, coming around the final corner once again, we're going to get another good run on John as he positions the car on the right hand side and the inside. As final lap boards out, try around the inside, no, hoping it was going to go to the left. Right, so I just can't get it done here either. Just a little bit wide coming out the first hairpin, I'm just going to give John a bit of space. But as we get to a bit later on in the lap, coming up to this hairpin here, John's going to go a bit wide, which is going to give us the inside line of that corner, but that's also going to give us the outside for the final corner. But can we make it stick? Can we get a cut back? No, John just sticks it beautifully on the inside. I can't take advantage there, so unfortunately that's going to be a P5 finish for us on heat 3. Not what we wanted starting P2, but I mean still a good run. We've still got the pace, just couldn't get past John. Just need to work on late braking. But let's get to the debrief of the heats before the final. Right guys, that's heat 2 and heat 3 done. So heat 2 started from 8th, made up a position, then basically just stuck there for the rest of the race. So definitely took that into heat 3 as well. Started second heat 3. Tried moving out to the first corner because he braked a bit early. I just oversteered a bit too much into the first corner, which allowed the guys behind to get through, but they sort of pushed me a bit wide on the last corner, which is pretty much a death trap because there's a massive pothole there. So yeah, went down to 5th, just tried to get past John pretty much for the rest of the race. Almost had it on the last corner, but he just defended well, too well. So 5th of that one. So yeah, 2/7 on the 5th. Pace is good, because on heat 2 I got the second fastest lap of the heat, so pace is definitely there. Just need to capitalise on that now, but we are starting 7th in the final, so we'll see how it goes. I'll get to the final and I'll see you then. So here we are then, final race of the evening. We're starting in 7th and we get another really poor start. These rolling starts are not good for me as we actually lose 7th position there to Eddie. It's on the outside, but we are going to get it back on the inside, are we? Yes, we're going to get it back on the inside. The front bunch seems to be a bit cautious into the first hairpin. But I really need to work on these rolling starts, as that's like the second bad rolling start that I've had. So it's not really good. So yeah, so luckily though, we are still managing to be on the back of the pack here. Got John right in front of us once again. That's the whole brief of today, being behind John. But we get to lap 2 here. So coming, I'll get a bit wide there out the first hairpins, overdriving the car a little bit, and we even get a bit wobbly there outside of corner 2. So I'm probably overdriving the car a bit, and actually get a bit wobbly there on the third corner as well. So at the minute, probably the pressure's a bit too low, probably put the pressure a bit down too much for this one. But we get to lap 4 here, and again I'm overdriving the car, I go way wide coming out of that last corner. I'm managing to keep up with the crowd, but I just can't, I just can't drive the car properly. Owen now having a little bit of a breakdown here on lap 7, so that's promoted to P6. So we have gone up a position from the start position. Fortunately not by merit, but it is motor racing, as we are on lap 10. Coming into lap 11, we're gonna right behind John here, as we are starting to catch up once again. We reeled him in over the last few laps. We've got Kart 68, we're about to lap in front of us. Is he going to play a part? as I'm still right behind John, as he's going to sort of slightly get in the way there. John does create a little bit of a space. So probably not ideal, but he did get out of the way, so I can't really moan too much. Let's say, coming up to the final lap, but just couldn't really get him enough. There's a checkered flag. P6, P7 on merit, but P6 on track. So yeah, overall, not a bad weekend to be fair. Good on pace, about 2/10 off the fastest lap. So it's a real confidence booster, this one. So just great racing all round, nice contact, bit of bumper to bumper action, wheel to wheel, proper racing. And yeah, let's cut back to the debrief at the end of the track, and I'll see you there. Right guys, that's the final done. Pretty boring final to be fair. Started P7, went up to P6 only because Owen had a breakdown. But yeah, nothing really happened to be fair. Tried to stick with John, made a small error somewhere. Can't remember where now, but yeah, I lost a bit of ground to him. But yeah, he pretty much just, I know it was a bit battling at the front, but for me, just sort of just went on as it is. Nothing too exciting. But yeah, good day to be fair. Pace was definitely there, definitely getting better. Attacking more, defending more confidently, should we say. Just need to build on this pace now. So the more, every time I get into the Tillotson now, I feel like I'm getting better and better. I just need to get to that point now where I'm actually going to start finishing properly, and hopefully get a trophy at some point. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Not sure what the next video will be. I'm not sure what the next Tillotson now either. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the wind noise, and I'll see you in the next one.